मैं अपनी मेमोरी तो कर रहा हूँ. I'll be better prepared next time. So this is more form of Simran. You see, one form of Simran is Simran Nanna Mukta hai. One form of Simran Nanno Okad hai. Pronunciation is still Simran. Simran Nanno se hari hai. Simran still Simran. There's no difference. Ithe pronunciation different as Simrao. Ode no okad hai. Simrao. Simroh. Hahe no okad hai. Simra hai. दो गावा हैं तो कई बार इस तरह नहीं आया है सिमरन ऑल इन द फर्स्ट अष्टपदी सिमरा 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 सिमरो सिमरो सिमरन 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 डिफरेंट फॉर्म्स एंड सिमरन
ਅਸੀਂ मतलब ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇਹ ਸਾਰੇ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟਸ ਨੇ ਨਾ they totally understand they will pronounce differently.
Pronunciation की गाली नहीं हो रही. I'm not talking about pronunciation.
they will pronounce differently.
Pronunciation focus जरा हो रहा है कि understanding भी इस word the root की है. इस word the root की है, 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 इस word the root की है. So what मेरा attempt होएगा एक ही having a better understanding of the Gurbani, the Vyakaran, the grammar, you know, which will entail an understanding the first person, second person, third person, first person plural, second person plural, ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ अन्य पुरुष या you know प्रथम पुरुष you know ਜਿਹੜਾ first person ਦਾ या noun की हैं, pronouns की हैं, you know adverb की हैं, adjectives की हैं. मैस्कुलिन नाउन है कि फेमिनिन नाउन है. नाउन है तो प्लूरल है कि सिंगुलर है, यू नो. तो एक एस्पेक्ट है ये वाला हो गया, एक एस्पेक्ट है वाला. दूसरा एस्पेक्ट है गेटिंग द एसेंस आउट ऑफ दैट सेंटेंस, आउट ऑफ दैट. सो फॉर एग्जांपल हुन ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਹਿਲੇ what I'm going to do is give a short lecture on or understanding the ਜਿਹੜੇ basic concept and Gurmat theology ਦੇ. So for example, we need to understand what Satsangat is. आज मेरी short introduction है. Satsangat की है. Second, understanding what naam means. What is the word naam entails, you know. Understanding the word what Guru means. Understanding the word what God, concept of God or Akal Purakh is. Understanding ਜਿਹੜੇ important ਜਿਹੜੇ ਗੁਣ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਹਨ. For example, understanding what seva is, understanding what Simran is, a deeper understanding of the vices, a more deeper understanding of the word home. Now home is a separate issue, एक spiritual disease है. Vices पंज हैं. We all know which ones are those, right? Which ones are those? Not VG knows already, I know.
काम क्रोध लोभ.
हाँ, वो पांच vices हैं ना. ये छेवीं ये vice नहीं है. So this is not included in this five, but it's a pretty big problem. This one also, it's a huge problem. मतलब कि spiritual hindrance है, you know, to getting to wherever you want to get to. So we have to understand these concepts पहले, because ये बार-बार आएंगे ये वाले concept language. So it's better to have a understanding of all these words. So when the word naam comes, I don't have to tell you what that is. You know, or if the word Simran comes, I don't have to tell you what Simran is. You know, if I tell you seva da vices केड़े हैं, अकाल पुरख की है, गुरु की है, नाम की है, सत्संगत की है, ये सारे word important हैं बड़े. You know, so we'll go through those also and have a better understanding of those words. You will have that deeper understanding of the subject matter in general, a deeper understanding of the Vyakaran of Gurbani. All this involves Santhiya. All this involves etymology. And does anybody know the first person who attempted to do this of Guru Granth Sahib Maharaj Di Bani, which on a formal way was attempted by Paisa Paidheer Singh. And that project started in 1920s, which he wrote 7 volumes, were completed before he passed away. He passed away in 1957. So then when he passed away in 1957, his younger brother took over the responsibility. He changed the format though, and he started that. So ਉਹ ਫਿਰ ਜਿਹੜੀ etymology ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਉਹਦੀਆਂ about 8 volume ਛਪੀਆਂ ਹਨ, 8 ਕੇ 10 volume ਛਪੀਆਂ ਹਨ। ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ word ਸੰਥਿਆ ਨਾ ਕਰਕੇ ਇੱਕ ਹੋਰ word ਹੈ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਬੜਾ common ਹੈ. Have you heard? Who has heard this word? What this means? Nirukat. Punjabi the word.
How you pronounce it?
Nirukat.
Niruk.
ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਕਿਤਾਬਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਮੰਗਾਈਆਂ ਸਨ, ਖਰੀਦੀਆਂ ਸਨ, ਤੇ ਹੁਣ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਯਾਦ ਨਹੀਂ, ਇੰਨੇ ਸਾਲ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਲਾਇਬ੍ਰੇਰੀ ਕੋਈ ਖਾਸ ਕੰਮ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਈ, ਆਪੇ ਹੀ ਹੋਈਆਂ ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ 8 ਵੋਲੀਅਮ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਓਰੀਜਨਲ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਸਨ, ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਲਿਖੀਆਂ ਉੱਤੇ ਪਈ ਹੋਈਆਂ। So anybody can, it'll be good to look at that. I think when we discuss it, we'll do it in this room, we'll open up those books. Now I want you to be familiar with what those books are though. So our goal in the class on the first question is the following. Number 1, having a deeper understanding of these commonly used words. Thorough understanding of those, what that means. Thorough understanding as much as possible of each line, the grammar at its comes. A better understanding of what the whole Ashpati entails, and a better understanding of what the central Guru's message is in the entire Bani and in the first Ashpati. So, happy ਜਦੋਂ ਬੰਦਾ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ੍ਹ ਜਦੋਂ essay, ਹੁਣ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਯਾਦ ਹੀ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦਾ ਪਿਆ 1980s ਵਿੱਚ, when we used to write the essay in a college though, what is the first part of the essay was called what though in college? Introduction ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ, ਚਲੋ introduction ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਪਹਿਲਾ discuss, let's say we want to writing about something though, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਯਾਦ ਹੈ at least ਮੇਰੇ ਦਿਨਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਲੋਕ hypothesis ਪਹਿਲੇ ਲਿਖਦੇ ਸੀ। So what is hypothesis issue? कि पहले अश्वति सुखमनी की hypothesis है. What is hypothesis mean?
A claim that hasn't been proven.
That's right. So what you say is this, you know what, I'm going to write about this thing though. This is what I think will happen. I have not done the research yet, but मेरी hypothesis ये है, for example, मैंने याद है मैंने econometry class which I did a research in graduate school. Yeah, I thought that the climate of the country has to do something with how rich the country is. So many hypothesis is the colder countries do better than the warmer countries, you know, right or wrong. Obviously I was proven wrong, but that doesn't matter, right or wrong. Hypothesis का मतलब होता है कि I'm going to discuss this subject matter, I think this is what's going to happen now, you know, and then later on you do the analysis of that whole essay, and at the end you conclude behind right से कि wrong से. So conclusion केड़ी अश्पति च है? Number 24 विच है, you know, where उथे word पूरा use किया ने, पूरा गुरा राजा, पूरा जाका ना, पूरा means I'm done, this is going to be completed है. तो पहली अश्पति विच hypothesis है, already defining everything कि की होने वाला है तोड़ में, की होएगा, जे सिमरन करोगे तो की होएगा, जे नहीं करोगे तो की होएगा, जेड़े करदे हैं उन्हां नाल की होया है, जेड़े कर बैठे हैं उन्हां नाल की होया है, जेड़े करदे पे उन्हां नाल की हो रहा है, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕੀਤੇ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਗੁਣ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਹਨ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਡੈਫੀਨੇਸ਼ਨ ਕੀ ਹੈ, ਔਰ ਜੇ ਕਰੋਗੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕੀ ਮਿਲੇਗਾ. ਹਾਈਪੋਥेसिस स्टेटमेंट, we'll understand that part also. So be patient with me, जी, थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा कर दिया, but we'll go into real depth, you know. We'll look at, that's what Santhiya is, that's what etymology is, you know, is having a deeper understanding of the subject matter, you know, and everything. And once we have this deeper understanding, and then we will go. So Sukhmani di, for example, rahao di पंक्तियां केड़ी हैं? Any one of the students? राहत ਦੀਆਂ ਦੋ ਹੀ ਲਾਈਨਾਂ ਇਸ ਪੂਰੇ ਸੁਖਮਨੀ ਵੈਸੇ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ ਬੜੀ ਬੜੀ ਸੁਖਮਨੀ ਸੁਖ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਨਾਮ ਭਗਤ ਜਨਾ ਕੇ ਮਨ ਵਿਸਰਾਮ. So what does the word sukh mean though? In English, I mean in Punjabi, sukh means something good or bad? It's good, right? So how do you define sukh in English? Is sukh means going out for having good time with your friends and coming back home, watching a baseball game or a basketball game or something, or going for a 2-week vacation to Europe and coming back? What does the word sukh entail though? Simran, does it kya hai?
I feel like less of Sukh is less of like worldly enjoying things,
Okay.
and more of like.
But as far as longevity is concerned, is Sukh more of a short-term, 15-minute quick happiness, or Sukh is like a long period which feeling good all the time? When
I
you
think
think
it's long term.
long-term with Sukh. So ਇੱਥੇ ਸੁਖਮਨੀ ਦਾ ਇੱਕ ਵੱਡਾ ਇਸ਼ੂ ਇਹ ਹੈ ਕਿ if you really want Sukh in your life though, if you really want long-term happiness in your life, then unfortunately there is only one way out for you. There is no other way out. Because any other way you take though will lead to a short-term happiness and then a lot of unhappiness. And then you might get small sparks of happiness here and there. So you meet your friends, you go to a game, happy, come back home, something happened, unhappy. Fought with your mom or your brother, your sister, or your spouse or whoever it is, unhappy. Then went again in the morning somewhere, something small happened, happy for a few minutes or half an hour. Went on a vacation to Europe, very happy. Right on the coming back flight, all the unhappiness starts to come when you're coming back here. So, ithe the sukh meaning, the sukhmani means man nu sukh den wali. For a long term peace and happiness vaste, what do I do? Or what is the way out? And then he says ki utthe, the words jehde aaye ne utthe ki sukhmani sukh amrit prabh naam, परमात्मा ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਸੁਖ ਦੇਣ ਵਾਲਾ ਹੈ. ਹੁਣ ਥਿੰਗ ਇਸ ਕਿ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਬੜਾ ਆਸਾਨ ਹੈ, ਬਟ ਕਨਵਿੰਸ ਕਰਨਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਮੁਸ਼ਕਿਲ ਹੈ. Reading is one thing. Sundar can explain this like a trillion times. That's easy. Whether it sinks in with you or not, and you are getting convinced or not, that's a whole different thing. So the two concepts in Sukhmani are being talked about. Number one is, if you want to be long-term happy, what can you do to make yourself long-term happy? Guru says there are two things you can do. One is, you can connect with Naam. First of all, you pata hona Naam hai ki. What is Naam? Naam. What does the word Naam mean? Is Naam means the same thing everywhere it comes though? Naam has different connotations in Gurbani when it comes though. What does the word Naam mean? That's the first thing Guru says. Agar man nu sukh dena hai long term vaste, te Paramatma da naam sahayi hai tere vaste. That is a must. Now we will explore in this class what that word really means though. Number two, the Guru says, if you want to get it though, there's only one source of getting it. Source bhi dasiye naam. ਉਹ ਹੈ ਭਗਤ ਜਨਾਂ ਕੇ ਮਨ ਵਿਸਰਾਮ. It resides in the heart of whoever is on the right path. It resides in the heart who already love God. It resides in the heart of sadhu, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਪ੍ਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਉਸ ਪਾਸੇ ਜਾਣਦੇ. That's like saying, you know what, I want to get an A in the class, but I always go around with people who struggle to even get a C. I have those habits. It's not going to happen. It's never going to happen. Never has happened before, it has never going to happen now. You cannot say कि मैं C student दोस्ती करनी है, D student दोस्ती करनी है, ਉਹ ਜੀ ਆਤਾ ਪਾਣੀ ਹੈ ਨਾ A ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਣਾ ਕਲਾਸ ਵਿੱਚ. ਉਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ, ਉਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਦਾ. ਨਾ ਹੋਇਆ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਤਾਂ ਨਾ ਹੋਏਗਾ. ਜੇ A ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਣਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਪਹਿਲੀ ਗੱਲ ਤੇ ਟੀਚਰ ਨੂੰ ਖੁਸ਼ ਰੱਖਣਾ ਪਏਗਾ. ਜੋ ਟੀਚਰ ਕਹਿ ਰਿਹਾ ਉਹਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਸੁਣੇ, ਉਹ ਜੋ ਕਹਿ ਰਿਹਾ ਉਹਦੀ ਡਾਇਰੈਕਸ਼ਨ ਨੂੰ ਨੋਟ ਕਰੇ. ਔਰ ਦੂਸਰੀ ਗੱਲ ਇਹ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਦੋਸਤੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ, ਯਾਰੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਰੱਖੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇਹ ਆਦੇ ਭੇਜਣ ਨਾਲ ਬੁਲਾ ਲੂਗੀ. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਇਹ ਕਿਨ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਣਾ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਆਲਰੇਡੀ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਰਸਤਾ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਮਾਰਗਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੋਇਆ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਕੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਕਿੰਜ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਨਾ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿੰਜ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ. So you can follow their path though and be friends with them, and then there's a time guarantee ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਆਉਣ ਦੀ ਕੋਈ, ਪਰ probability ਵਧਾ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧਾ ਦਿੱਤੀ. So the entire Sukhmani Bani focuses on two things: convincing you Number one, if you want to be long-term happy, this is the way out. And if you really are interested, I'll show you who has this plate. Where can you get it from? So you can't go to an auto store, right? If you want to buy a pair of socks though, you can't go to a Chevy dealership. People laugh at you. And if you want to buy an automobile, you can't go to Macy's and go say, can I look at some cars? Okay, कितों आ गया पागल? उसी तरह spiritual level ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਵੀ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਮਿਲਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਮਿਲਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਉੱਥੋਂ ਜਿੱਥੋਂ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਮਿਲਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਹਰ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਤੋਂ ਹਰ ਚੀਜ਼ ਨਹੀਂ ਮਿਲਦੀ Is Punjabi is okay with you if I break down? I don't have to speak in English all the time, right? Everybody understands Punjabi, right? Okay. So हर चीज हर जगह तो नहीं मिलती So the entire 24 Ashpadis are focusing on one thing. Number one, convincing you if you want happiness in your life, then this is the way to go. And if you're truly interested, I'll show you where it comes from. I'll show you where to go to get it. And towards the Puri Granth Sahib Maharaj di Bani convince kar di hai, but Sukhmani di 100,000 feet above sea level view hai Sukhmani da. ਇਹ ਦੋ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਕਨਵਿੰਸ ਕਰਾਉਣ ਦੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਪਹਿਲੀ ਅਸ਼ਪਦੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਦ ਗੁਰੂ ਹਾਈਪੋਥੇਸਿਸ ਸਟੇਟਮੈਂਟ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹਨ ਕਿ ਦੇਖ ਲੈ ਜੇ ਤੂੰ ਕਰੇਗਾ ਤੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਇਹ ਬਦਲਾਅ ਆਏਗਾ ਤੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਮੈਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮਪਲ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਦੇਖੋ ਮੈਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਇਹ ਹੋਇਆ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਰੋਗੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਇਹ ਹੋਏਗਾ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਇਹ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਇਹ ਹੋਇਆ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਪਏ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਬੈਟਰ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਯੂ نو ਸੋ ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਵਰਡ ਆਣਗੇ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਕੋ ਸਿਮਰੇ ਸੇ ਮਤਲਬ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਕੀਤਾ ਉਹ ਕੌਣ ਹੈ ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਵਰਡ ਆਣਗੇ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਕਾ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਉੱਚਾ ਉਹ ਨਾਉਨ ਹੈ ਉੱਥੇ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਕਾ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਉੱਚਾ ਦਾ ਸਪੈਲਿੰਗ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਦੇ ਡਿਫਰੈਂਟ ਹੋਣਗੇ ਨਨੇ ਨੂੰ ਸਿਹਾਰੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਏਗੀ ਨੰਨਾ ਮੁਕਤਾ ਹੋਏਗਾ ਮੋਸਟ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਬਲੀ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਕਾ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਉੱਚਾ ਲੇਕਿਨ ਅਗਰ ਆਏਗਾ ਵਰਡ ਕੀ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਕੋ ਸਿਮਰੇ ਸੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਸਿਮਰੇ ਦੇ ਇਹ ਵਾਲਾ ਸਿਮਰੇ ਹੋਏਗਾ ਜਾਂ ਅਗਰ ਵਰਡ ਆਣਗੇ ਕਿ ਜੇ ਪ੍ਰਭੂ ਦੇ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕੀ ਹੋਏਗਾ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਕੈ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਗਰਭ ਨਾ ਬਸੈ ਉੱਥੇ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਦੇ ਨਨੇ ਨੂੰ ਸਿਹਾਰੀ ਹੋਏਗੀ and in this class we will focus on what is going on where why where those issues we will be addressing so now you know real Santhiya is not that easy to do real etymology is not easy to do so two authors we will be consulting several authors I'll be writing a bibliography for you since I'll be putting so much effort I'm expecting you guys to put the effort also I'm expecting you to I'm going to be assigning readings to read and come you have to read all this stuff is that okay with you right
Anji.
That's okay to assign right to assign some pages to read and come you know so that you're well prepared you know so and we will also be addressing the Gurbani the rules grammar the we will addressing the ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਆਪਣੀ vocabulary also in Gurbani literature ਦੀ you know the understanding and or Gurbani literature ਦੀ vocabulary ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ critical word ਹਨ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਉਹ ਅਸੀਂ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਸਮਝਾਂਗੇ that will be my first goal you know ਸਤਸੰਗਤ ਕੀ ਹੈ ਨਾਮ ਕੀ ਹੈ ਗੁਰੂ ਕੀ ਹੈ ਅਕਾਲ ਪੁਰਖ ਕੀ ਹੈ ਸੇਵਾ ਕੀ ਹੈ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਕੀ ਹੈ you know what is the concept of ਸਿਮਰਨ in Sikhi you know vices ਕਿਹੜੇ ਹਨ ਹੋਮੇ ਕੌਣ ਹੈ ਹੋਮੇ ਕੀ ਹੈ ਔਰ ਇੱਕ ਮੈਂ ਭੁੱਲ ਗਿਆ word ਸਭ ਤੋਂ important हुक्म और एक और वर्ड है इंपॉर्टेंट बोल गया वर्ड शब्द we'll be looking at all these words you guys want to do this it'll take a lot of my effort but I want full commitment though मेरा बड़ा जबरदस्त effort लगेगा इसे करने में so I want to make sure that your eyes are all committed to understanding all this stuff interest है इस subject matters interest है तो
knowing them everybody is very interested
नहीं मैं पूछ रहा हूँ पूछना मेरा काम है मुझे you know so पूछना मेरा काम है only thing is कि summer which बड़े weekends में free हैं बड़े weekend नहीं में free हैं so we can form a group or something they can tell you which weekend I'm here then that weekend I have no problem I can come on Saturday also I can come on Sunday also कोई classes तो हो ही नहीं हैं अगले हफ्ते तो so and then we can start from there
we are here usually every week most likely every weekend So we are scheduled to finish some part in the short time.
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਰਹੋ
So
ਆਪਣਾ
ਅਸੀਂ ਕਰ ਜਦੋਂ whenever you are available,
ਮੈਂ
we will
ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ
stop
ਦੱਸਦਾ
at-
ਕਿਹੜੇ ਕਿਹੜੇ
we will-
ਵੀਕਐਂਡ
today
ਮੈਂ
we will-
ਅਵੇਲੇਬਲ ਹਾਂ ਉਸ ਵੀਕਐਂਡ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ
Exactly. We will join you.
ਮੈਂ
Otherwise we
ਮੈਂ
are,
ਉਸ ਵੀਕਐਂਡ
we
ਜਾਇਆ
have
ਕਰਾਂਗਾ
class schedule.
ਮੈਂ ਉਸ ਵੀਕਐਂਡ ਜਾਇਆ ਕਰਾਂਗਾ
So, what is a good bibliography to give you? Eraser hai the?
Today we were doing class. We just dropped there. I said yes, we want to do it now.
नहीं मैं ताई मैं इशू में
Oh,
मैं
eraser,
क्या पूछ
right.
के आके कर
Here your effort will not be wasted. These are well prepared and well behaved kids.
So one more thing I want to talk about though कि गुरबानी exposition जरी है, which means the how do you explain गुरबानी? Which means the way of explaining गुरबानी. So, for example, if 5 students and 6 students बैठे हैं अगर मैं कहूँ I can give a line to अंदर आना बेटा अंदर आना अंदर आना दोनों okay take care bye. So I can give a sentence to issue to interpret ki wiki matlab hai he might look at differently, Simon might look at differently, Happy might look at differently, you know. And so why is it people when they look at a certain thing will look at it from a different angle though? Because obviously because their background is different. They're used to us thinking in a certain way. So Gurbani exposition there be different backgrounds. For example, I would call it schools of thought, you know. Which we are going to learn as to in this class though, how to study different schools of thought in Gurbani exposition. So for example, Sukhmani ke utte bade kaam hoye hoye. There are a lot of translations of Sukhmani available. But are all of them are the same? The answer is no. Why? Because everybody has a different way of looking at it. So first school of thought though, of explaining Gurbani was the original school of thought, Guru Nanak the time, Guru Arjan Dev Maharaj the time, was the Pahi school of thought. We need to understand that also. In Punjabi literature, we call it Pranali. Pranali means school of thought. Pai school of thought was created by Pai Gurdas. Pai Gurdas's way of explaining Gurbani. Pai Gurdas definitely is one of the most revered scholars in Sikhism, you know. Then came usto baad fir, you know, usto baad slowly as we evolved though as a Sikh nation, then the second school of thought emerged, you know, was the Udasi school of thought. Udasis I'm going to explain this later. Udasis were a sect created by the elder son of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, Baba Shri Chand Ji, who started the Udasi sect, you know. So Udasi sect had created lot of scholars and thinkers and everything, you know. So una the alag school of thought. Number 3 then, as we evolved further though, in again jande ਹੋਰ school of thoughts ਆਈਆਂ. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਅੱਗੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਦੇ ਟਾਈਮ 2 ਵੱਡੀਆਂ ਸਕੂਲ ਆਫ ਥਾਟਸ ਆਈਆਂ. ਦਸਮ ਪਿਤਾ ਦੇ ਟਾਈਮ ਇੱਕ ਨਿਰਮਲਾ ਸਕੂਲ ਆਫ ਥਾਟ, who's the Nirmalas, we will understand that also. And the other one which is even common now is Sampradai school of thought. Why is it important though? Because when we do an etymology of something, I'll be giving you Udasi viewpoint on this. We'll be talking about Nirmala viewpoint ki hai. We'll be talking about Sampradai viewpoint ki hai sentence ka. There is no such thing as ki ek line da ekoi meaning hai. Ek line there is several meaning according to how people looked at it. And why people looked at it differently? Because they're different school of thought no belong to this inside. So for example, Gurdwara chon katha karan aande no Paipinder Pal Singh ji. Paipinder Pal Singh, you know where he learned, which school of thought was he trained to do katha though? Does anybody have any clue? Where did he get educated? And the last, of course, the most important one now is the modern one, which is the Singh Sabhai school of thought. Now this developed in the 1920s, which Singh Sabha movement at the time. Sampradaya school of thought was during Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj time, but the head is considered Guru Gobind Singh Ji. Una to thalle fir Pai Mani Singh Ji is considered to be the leader. We'll also know who he was, his contributions towards it. Nirmala, the numerous scholars were, Dasi, numerous scholars were. That's a question. Does anybody know if I were to walk in a library and ask for the oldest translation of Japji, does anybody have a clue who the writer was? Who was the first person in the Sikh history who attempted to do an entire translation of Japji though, and which year approximately? Any clue at all? Or Kiri school of thought also? First of all, the book was published in the late 1700s. Which? Got it? Is he okay?
Is it the Faridkot Tika?
And ji? No, Faridkot Tika, which is, first of all, that happened in the late 1800s. Late 1800s. That Simar is Sampradaya. The first Tika of Japji that's available is in the Nirmala scholar village. And the Nirmala scholar that we are talking about was born in the mid 1700s. Same Nirmala scholar who wrote Surya Prakash Granth. And the author was? Kavi Santokh Singh. Very good. So Kavi Santokh Singh is the first person who attempted to translate Japji from starting to. Now there are several Japji portions that are available though that are from Udasi school of thought to million, even 50 years earlier, 100 years earlier though, but the pura tika nahi hai. Some portions of Japji were translated. But he is the first one to come out and we know what though, thank God that got saved. We have the publication. It's out of publication. I have a copy of it if anybody wants to read it. Now under the Pai school of thought though, we'll also understand that. Under the Pai school of thought, you have to remember something that Pai Gurdas also has attempted to, Japji diya sariyan puniyan complex and but Japji towards the end becomes truly complex, Especially the complex portion, Japji jada khirla jada shlok hai na, Pawan Guru Pani Pita Vada. That is truly complex, to understand. So he wrote an entire var to explain, Pawan Guru Pani Pita Vada. So even now the modern authors, we look at that for the translation of Pawan Guru Pani Pita. Pawan Guru Guru Shabad hai, so there's an entire var written on that, Pai Sahab also translated some of the podis of Asaki Var also. The difficult podis of Asaki Var have been translated by Pai Gurdas. So when we look at this whole process though, we'll be looking at, I'll be bringing in different concepts. I'll be saying, look at the Sampradaya viewpoint. Pai Veer Singh Ji, because Pai Veer Singh Ji, their grandfather, their Nana Ji, Pai Hazara Singh, he belonged to the Sampradaya tradition, and the Tika that Simar was just talking about, Faridkot wala Tika jada hai, Faridkot wala Tika jada hai, their Dadaji ne spearhead ki thi, वो वाला concept jada. So, Sampradaya tradition देखा गया सारा. Singh Sabhai tradition they had Pai Sahab, Pai Veer Singh Dona Chand, Pai Jot Singh Ji, so we'll understand who these authors were. So next time when you hear somebody say, oh, this translation is wrong, I heard Pai Pinder Pal Singh say it this way. That means he's not smart enough to figure it out that Pai Pinder Pal Singh or the training jiri hai, wo Sampradaya tradition choi hai. बाद विच उन्होंने थोड़ी बहुत सिंह सभाई ट्रेडिशन विच ही कीते उन्होंने वो जड़ी कथा जड़ी मॉडर्न गुरुद्वारे चलती है कथा जड़ी है वो जनरली स्पीकिंग संप्रदाय व्यू पॉइंट ज्यादा देती है than the सिंह सभाई व्यू पॉइंट but there are a lot of speakers who come this is again who will only be concentrating उन्होंने ट्रेनिंग सिंह सभाई ट्रेडिशन ज्यादा हुई है so what is the difference between the two traditions what is the difference between the Udasi school of thought and Sampradaya Nirmala and Singh Sabha will also go through it whenever it's relevant, I will bring that topic up also. ये भी बड़ा important है समझने की प्रणालियों के लिए. So this is a pretty involved discussion, you know.
No, we have to, everybody, as for my students, we have to listen everything with an open mind, with everything.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the only way you get best of everything.
Yeah. And it's not right to say कि Nirmalas were right and Sampradayas were wrong and Sampradayas were right and Singh. There's no right or wrong. There's no right or wrong in the concept. It's what they thought. And you have to respect all of the 5 traditions. You know, अपने अपने साधन वो सारे ठीक सन सारे. तुझे कुछ कह रहे थे? I'm sorry.
It was just a general history question. So
Yeah.
I heard there's 2 Singh Sabhas, like Singh Sabha Lahore te Amritsar. Like what's the difference?
ਇਹ ਸਿੰਘ ਸਭਾ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਐਰਡ ਆਫ ਵਰਲਡ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਿੰਘ ਸਭਾ ਮੀਨਿੰਗ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਿੰਘ ਸਭਾ ਮੂਵਮੈਂਟ ਸੀ ਨਾ ਜਿਹੜੀ 1920s ਵਿੱਚ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾ ਸੁਧਾਰ ਮੂਵਮੈਂਟ ਦੇ ਟਾਈਮ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸਿੰਘ ਸਭਾ ਮੂਵਮੈਂਟ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਚੱਲੀ ਸੀ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਿਨਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੜੇ ਆਥਰਸ ਬੜੇ 골ਡਨ ਪੀਰੀਅਡ ਸੀ ਸਿੱਖ ਹਿਸਟਰੀ ਦਾ ਸਿੱਖ literary golden period you know a lot of huge like Bhai Khan Singh Nabha, Bhai Jodh Singh, you know Professor Sahib Singh, Bhai Veer Singh Ori, you know it's bade vade author ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਿਨਾਂ ਚ ਪੈਦਾ ਹੋਏ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਬੜਾ most of these books that you see here are under probably the Singh Sabhai tradition. Under the Sampradaya tradition not much is available. There is available, but they didn't write as much. So because this is more modern, so we have much more. And under the Nirmala tradition, which ye काफी कुछ available है, you know. And under the Udasi school of thought, which ye थोड़ा बहुत available है. By school of thought, which we have the Vara, but in a limited form. But we should know, you know. So when we read Sukhmani, though, we will. In fact, in Santhiya, sometime Paisa will say down below, you know, a line Sampradaya Vijilande, which means. I translated it this way. However, in the Sampradaya tradition, this is how it's done. They don't say Sampradaya, they say Sampradaya. It's the same word. But it's interesting though, you know, I wish I can have a test here. I can explain you all. Next time there's a katha happens, I want students to sit there and you come out and tell me which of the 5 traditions are they following. And you will know, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਿਆਣਾ ਬੰਦਾ ਨੂੰ ਉਸੇ ਵੇਲੇ ਸਮਝ ਆ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ कि ਇਹ ਭਾਈ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਥਾ ਕਰਨ ਆਏ ਹਨ ਇਹ ਸੰਪਰਦਾਇ ਸਕੂਲ ਆਫ ਥਾਟ ਵਾਲੇ ਸਿੰਘ ਸਭਾ ਸਕੂਲ ਆਫ ਥਾਟ ਵਾਲੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਨੇ. And that doesn't mean it's right or wrong. Please understand that. I'm not saying one is more knowledgeable than the other. It's just as, you know, ice cream is ice cream. It could be strawberry, it could be vanilla, it could be chocolate, it could be something else. It could be cookies and cream. That doesn't mean कि basic ingredient तो milk ही है ना. Basic ingredient तो गुरबानी ही है. But उन्हों उधर flavor अलग अलग है. We'll talk about that also. Is it overwhelming? I raised the bar because Vijay told me these are all senior students, so let me raise the bar here. Otherwise, I'll not go into this in detail. I know it already. I don't need to, like, you know. But at least pehli ashpati da tanu you will have a complete and thorough understanding of what Guru's message is, under the different thought processes, where the different opinions are, what does it really mean though, what is the Guru trying to say. And all this stuff, so that you will know कि ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਬਾਕੀ ਅਸ਼ਪਤੀਆਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਹਨ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੀ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ. Is there anything that you guys want to learn that I didn't cover though? We'll go through the vocabulary, we'll go through the meanings from a different angle, we'll go through the grammar, roots of the word also, and overall perspective of discussion कितनी जा रही है. Hypothesis. And we'll start off with the word ਜਿਹੜੇ ਲਿਖੇ ਹੋਏ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਨ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਕੰਪਲੈਕਸ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵਰਡ ਹਨ ਉਹ ਨਾਮ ਹੈ, ਸਿਮਰਨ ਹੈ, ਸ਼ਬਦ ਹੈ, ਹੁਕਮ ਹੈ. ਇਹ ਸਾਰੇ ਕੰਪਲੈਕਸ ਵਰਡ ਹਨ. We generalize it too much, but you got to have a deeper understanding of what the word hukam really means. Home ki hai, hukam ki hai. So, you know, so we'll start with that and then we'll see where we go. Today was just an introduction, you know, as to what things to come. And I'll pick out the you guys need to become members of the Sikh book club though. There's a website you just download kar sakte ho, books in your hand, and I'll be giving you some homework to read though, as to what to read and what not to read. I might be giving you homework from, like, read these 5 pages from this author, read these 4 pages from this author, read these 2 pages from here.
So you should come. You should have read those pages before you come. Change your mind to नहीं होगा ये बहुत रखड़े वाला काम है. It's too much headache. Now you realize how much effort it takes Vijay to explain to do these classes. कितना पहले आप पढ़ना.
It is you have made a big difference in this institution. Okay, these kind of kids were not there, before.
So you got to really.
And years
know.
older kids were not as these kids evolved.
Hopefully, by the end of those 6 or 7 sessions so bad, you are convinced that my guru is right. Though that is the most difficult thing in this world to do. My success ratio in the last 28 years has been 1 or 2%. No more than that. Convincing somebody to झूठ बोलना, convincing somebody to पंगा सीखना, convincing somebody to दुनिया दे होर कुछ काम कराने ज़्यादा convince नहीं कराना पैंदा, पर परमात्मा दे नाम नाल किसी ਨੂੰ connect कराना, किसी ਨੂੰ ਉਹਦੇ ਪਿਆਰ ਨਾਲ ਪ੍ਰੇਮਾ ਭਗਤੀ ਵਾਲਾ concept ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਮੁਸ਼ਕਿਲ ਹੈ, ਬਹੁਤ ਮੁਸ਼ਕਿਲ ਹੈ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ convince ਕਰਨਾ, ਇੰਨਾ easy नहीं है. So I'll try my best and see if one of you get convinced. That's a victory for me. I just need to convert one. I just need to convince one person. That this is the way to go. So, and all these school of thoughts have produced great authors. Great authors. Especially the Nirmala viewpoint wale today. Does anybody know who created the first dictionary of Guru Granth Sahib Maharaj? First dictionary came out in the year 1880s, which I hear.
Paikhan Singh Nabha.
Paikhan Singh Nabha's work came in 1920s, which unna to 40 saal pehle. There's a famous Nirmala author called Tara Singh Narottam. Have you heard the name? Google his name up though, and you will see that he was the first person जिन्होंने शब्दकोश में लिखा गया. Humongous work. Those days, remember, there was no word processors, and there was no printing press. बेचारे नन्हे तो सारे वर्ड लिखते पे जो एक मिस हो गया थे, then इन्हीं की इंसर्ट कर लेंगे कुछ काम के लिए. बटन दबाया तो जगह बन गई तो लिख देता दोबारा. So both important works में गिना छोड़िए. And I hope some of you become scholars also. Some of you will develop interest in this area, so that you. एक गल दी मैंने बड़ी फिक्र है जी जी, और मैं पिछले 10 सालों तो बंदा ढूंढदा पिया कि ਹੁਣ ਸਿਮਰ ਆਉਣ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਕਿ ਸੰਗੀਤ ਵਾਲੇ ਪਾਸੇ ਦੀ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਫਿਕਰ ਘਟ ਗਈ. ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਕਿ ਸਿਮਰ ਹੈ, ਜੈਸਮਿਨ ਹੈ, ਹਸੀਨਾ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਾਫੀ ਕੁਝ ਪਤਾ ਇਸ ਬਾਰੇ, ਪਰ ਵੀ ਜੀ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਵਾਲੇ ਪਾਸੇ ਹਾਲੇ ਕੋਈ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਨਜ਼ਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਿ will carry on the same quality of work. He has to read a lot. They have to read a lot. They have to commit to read a lot. They have to commit to reading a lot. The key on this thing is to reading a lot and understanding and taking notes and have that andru ek bhavna ki main sikhana hai dusre ko. And until that happens though, that it's sad though Vijay ki most of us don't understand Japji. Most of us don't understand Sukhmani. We might have a very superficial sort of an understanding, Sukhmani, Sukh Amrit Prabh Naam, Paramatma da naam sab to vada hai. Ek to pucho idhar ki hai ki matlab ki hai? How does it play in my daily life? What do I do in the morning to do that? Then you'll see a blank look on their face because they don't know themselves, because they have not read it. So hopefully, you guys will be encouraged to read and encouraged to others to teach, again. My journey started, you'll be shocked though, when I was in 9th grade. I started to read that. So, which is good that you guys are so young and you can start doing. This definitely is not possible in my age in 65. ਹੁਣ ਮੈਂ ਕਹਾਂਗੀ ਹੁਣ ਮੈਂ ਇਹ ਸਾਰੇ authors ਨੂੰ ਪੜ੍ਹ ਲਵਾਂ ਸਮਝ ਲਵਾਂ, ਉਹ possible. It has to be started in a very early age. Any questions?
Virji, you have the best audience in the whole school.
Thank you. I'm excited too actually. मैंने कभी I'll just have to find time now. I think it'll take us like maybe 5 or 6 sessions to complete the entire first Ashwadi. And as we go along, we were discussing the grammar rule.
No, are you just planning to do only that many sessions, or can we continue further?
No, we can continue further. It depends on. Pehले phase 1 से हुई है.
Huh?
Phase 1 is to complete the first Ashwadi. Then phase 2 will start the next Ashwadi. And so forth. Last time I did Sukhmani di it took a long time. It took 6 years to finish. Doing once a week for 9 months. It took 6.5 years. Starting to a lot of that. So we will be also discussing what are the good dictionaries to use. So there is a dictionary of Punjabi language, and then there is a dictionary of Guru Granth Sahib Maharaj Di Bani. So dictionary of Guru Granth Sahib Maharaj Di Bani ये दो बढ़िया dictionary इतने पई हुई हैं. We should use the library now. Maybe Guru wanted to wait until this date for me to teach. Is one is written by Paikan Singh Nava, as someone pointed out पहले, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਵੱਡਾ ਕੋਸ਼ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਗਿਆ ਮਹਾਨ ਕੋਸ਼ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਗਿਆ, ਔਰ ਮਹਾਨ ਕੋਸ਼ ਤੋਂ 10 ਸਾਲ ਬਾਅਦ ਭਾਈ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਭਾਈ ਵੀਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਨੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਕੋਸ਼ ਲਿਖਿਆ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਆਪਣੇ ਦਾਦਾ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਵਰਕ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਆਧਾਰਿਤ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਪਈ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ ਬੁੱਕ. ਆਈ ਹੋਪ ਨੋਬਡੀ ਟੁਕ ਦੈਟ, ਸੋ ਵੀਲ ਬੀ ਲੁਕਿੰਗ ਐਟ ਦੈਟ. I'm done.
Thank you, Virji. It will be very helpful.